Don't look now, but Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pia, and Pastor Cal may go 5 for 5 this season of Married at First Sight.
Looks like Michael is having some doubts.
Mm.
Welcome to Clip Alerts.
Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 17, episode number 22.
So we're going to focus on Michael and Chloe. And we see Chloe in the park with Emily, and Chloe's upset. She's complaining that she thought Dr. Pierce challenged her character when she told them that they need to be a little more authentic.
She did. So what's the problem?
I think she misunderstood what Dr. Pia was saying because they haven't resolved a whole lot of stuff. They have been pussyfooting around each other rather than going in deep. And that's what Dr. Pia was addressing. And she took that as, there's a problem. So, girl, move on. Because as the episode continues, we see why they are now having problems because they have been pussyfooting around each other.
And not going deep like Pia suggested. Michael and Chloe at the apartment.
And the conversation comes up again about Dr. Pia.
Right.
And she said, although she's salty about Dr. Pia's line of questioning.
She owned some of her ish because she said she had fallen short in her communication.
Right. And one of them was the living arrangement post decision day.
Yeah.
And her preference would be them living together rather than living apart.
Right.
And she suggested some sort of house that they can rent.
Right.
That all of their babies, their animals are in one place and, they could cohabit together. When she said that they can rent a house, he said, well, okay, that's open for discussion. So we saw them going to look at a house to rent.
Yeah, with a realtor, right?
With a realtor. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. It had space for the animals to run
in the
around.
backyard.
But the backyard didn't have a fence, so I'm
right. But
I'm
it was
not
pretty
sure
deep,
about
though.
that.
It was pretty expansive.
Deep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Michael is going through the house. He doesn't look so enthused, but she is just wrapped up. She caught up. She likes what she sees. She could imagine her stuff and his stuff in that space. And she is like, really happy that this kind of stuff is available.
Right. She put that thought on his mental. Hey, decision day is coming.
So after the realtor leaves, they have a conversation on the deck. She said it's going to be $200 more. And he said, well, hold up, sister. Let's find something within our budget rather than exceeding what we have going on.
Yes, so that's being financially responsible.
Right. So he doesn't have to have that pinch right away.
That pressure.
Right. And you could tell that Michael is not yet sold. You could see that it's making him nervous and perhaps a little scared.
Yeah, maybe in terms of where they are in their relationship, Chloe is upshifted a little faster than Michael has.
Yes, being able to talk a good game, basically, but his
and
emotions
say all the right
and
things.
feelings are somewhere else.
That's right.
That was a problem because, i.e., his mama. His mother does not even know that he is a full-blown married man. Although the first attempt failed, he's presenting one character or one personality to Chloe and the viewers, and he's presenting something else to his mother.
Not only is that happening, Chloe is co-signing that in terms
because she doesn't want to have a hard conversation with him as to why he has decided not to let his mother in. So that will tell me immediately that this dude keeps secrets. And that's not fun, knowing that something so important he is keeping a secret from his mother.
Yeah, I would think that that would be something that was already handled.
Right, so you understand now what Pia was talking about. Michael hooks up with Austin.
Yeah, to a gym to get a workout.
to get the work out,
Right.
and they're having a conversation.
You mean how he messed up
How
and
he
lied
messed up.
and got caught
Exactly. That's why I said he
and
moaned.
looked foolish doing so?
He was moaning about it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael said that he and Chloe are doing fine. However, decision day is approaching,
So right around the
and
bend.
it's making him concerned whether the future being a married man is what he wants to do.
That pressure.
So Michael meets up with Brennan,
Yeah.
and they're at the bar, and Michael opens up.
He and Chloe are trying to work through some things because they are not on the same page moving towards decision day.
Right, and when he thinks of his future, he is not emotionally ready.
Like he's ready to break out in a cold sweat.
He was in a cold
Like James
sweat.
Brown used to say in his lyrics, in a cold sweat.
And he says in his mind, decision day for him is to figure out whether to stay married or not.
Says he's really happy with Chloe and he really likes her a lot, but questions whether or not they've done enough so far to sustain. What he doesn't understand is that based on the process, he already knows the answer to that. They haven't because
They have not.
because they haven't had the time and they've gone about it in reverse. They got married first and then had the assignment to build that.
As the closer it comes, he has to really unpack his feelings, his true feelings.
Right.
Because he talked about, all the stuff he got to be emotionally prepared for, fostering children,
and dealing with
Chloe's,
the animals.
Chloe's dream of a
Right.
shelter for animals.
Right.
And
That's
he
a
may
lot.
not be at that point. And that's what he's trying to say.
Right. And so Brennan offers some advice to him and says, "Hey, man, you got to do what's best for you."
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's not that I don't think Michael didn't understand that.
He did.
Understand because Michael's an intelligent cat. That's clear.
hmm
But it's just sometimes you as a guy need to be reminded of that from one of your boys.
Right.
So I think it was safe advice that Brennan dished out, and I think Michael would do well to
Heed it.
to remember it as he's moving forward through the process heading towards decision day.
So we see the men now meet in an iron workshop and they're trying to create stuff.
Yes.
Chloe takes the ladies
Yeah.
to a drag show.
Right.
And the only person that was missing from the men's group was Cameron. He was not there.
Right.
Of course, they're discussing why their relationship fell apart and whether they now have closure.
Yes.
Lauren says she got closure. Becca says she got closure. Emily said while she's not speaking to Brennan, she's just going to keep it pushing. And Claire said, well, Cameron is a good person. You see a backtracking.
Not my husband, yeah, not my husband.
He's not who she should be married to, but he's a good man.
And by the way, he did eventually call back.
He called her,
and said,
because she was belly aching in the start of the review that she tried to reach out to him, and she's not going to put energy in a non-existent relationship.
Yep.
So, of course, I'm sorry we had to share that with you. It's not existent.
Exactly. That's why they already knew.
Becca asks Chloe, what will she do if Michael is not on board moving forward?
Gets cold feet.
Michael said he is struggling
to think about the future.
And
He's torn.
decision day. He's torn,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't know if he wants to continue being married.
Yeah.
He certainly have doubts.
The weight of this whole notion of being married, long-term commitment is coming at him and applying big time pressure.
Men don't do well when they feel overwhelmed. So on Chloe's part, she said she is gonna give him what he needs, the required space, because she recognized he is hesitant. She is gonna present an open heart to him. However, she's not gonna do that and jeopardize her dignity, her character, and what she needs from him.
She shouldn't. She shouldn't.
And
that's right.
That is absolutely correct.
Absolutely within the parameters, within the boundaries. Absolutely. And she deserves that.
And she said they need to have a hard conversation. Michael comes home and she's in the bed with all the animals, and he wakes her up and tells her that, he wants to talk.
Kind of woke up enough to listen and be able to comprehend what he had to say, what he had to get off his chest.
Yeah. And he said he does not know if he's ready for the journey ahead.
Because he's been thinking about D-Day and everything that goes along with it.
He tells her that while she was accepting with all things Michael about his issues and what have you, and she's been accepting of that,
Yeah.
he tried to do the same for her. But he is now feeling drained.
Yep, drained.
Thinking about her in his future.
That pressure.
Woo!
That pressure stepped up.
Drained. And she looked shocked because he never mentioned this before.
His words ringing true, coming back again.
She asked him if he is ready to be married. And he said that now that he's thinking about it, he is now questioning the marriage.
He says, hey, look, I'm not going to allow us to give up too soon,
right?
too quickly, and that we have a lot to think about.
Right. And she asked him not to make any decisions until decision day. It doesn't look good for the experts right through here.
Oh, for all the couples so far.
We don't know if Michael and Chloe gonna do them a favor to save face, but this doesn't seem like a very strong connection. Sure, they were able to explore their sexual nature with each other, but that doesn't build a relationship.
Dating at first sight.
Dating at first sight, and they up the ante with a marriage license.
Right.
But it doesn't mean anything. It's just a random thing.
Right, to throw another variable into the entertainment equation.
Exactly. If you had brackets on this, what's your scorecard gonna look like?
Listen, and they know, our viewers know, subscribers know, my raggedy record should not be adhered to by anybody at this point in time.
You tell the truth, huh?
And shame the devil all day. All day. They should listen to me. I've been wrong the entire season. Huh?
Well, I don't think this is gonna work out. I think they're gonna try to save face, but beyond that, it's gonna be a no. There's a whole lot of things that they don't connect with, and Michael is not ready to foster kids, and he's not ready to be involved in a shelter. So that's all we have. We thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next bit. Who's playing right now?
Teams, basketball teams in the tournament in different locations around the country.
Well, I know that. No, you got your eyes on?
I ain't got my eyes on nobody in particular, because when you do that, you get upset.
Well, your
raggedy bracket.
Your bracket's already ragged because Kentucky lost yesterday.
Kentucky ensured that on day one.
So
the bracket looked like ass.
I don't know.
What's your brother gonna do though?
Don't know why you're upset. It happens every year.
To millions of us.